With the school year drawing to a close, most Year 12 students have just one thing on their mind: exams. Stress and anxiety aren't new challenges, but many schools are embracing mindfulness as a way of helping students cope with the added pressure. Studies have shown mindfulness to lower depression and anxiety, which can affect up to 1 in 6 young people in Australia. 2 Victorian schools which have introduced such programs are finding significant improvements in student well-being and academic performance. At Geelong Grammar, Justin Robinson trains teachers to deliver mindfulness programs to their students.
Many of our students are quite anxious and stressed and spend too much time in their head in the past or the future rather than in the present moment.
In Australia, studies show that suicide is the leading cause of death for youth aged 15 to 24.
Those statistics are something that schools around the country are just not happy with, and that perhaps schools can actually act as activators to maybe buffer students against some mental health issues, perhaps during adolescence, but also later in life.
Year 12 student Katie Kling has experienced stress and anxiety in the past and finds that mindfulness helps her cope.
It really helped me to center myself and just kind of see things in a question that I might not have seen before.
Mindfulness is paying attention with openness, curiosity and flexibility. And the best student learning occurs when we have students in that frame of mind as well. So our hope is that our students, right from the very early years of primary school right through to year 10 and 11, have this exposure to mindfulness training so that when they're in year 12 or when they're an adult in stressful situations, they're able to draw upon a mindful way of living.
Parents at both Geelong Grammar and Bentley Secondary College, where mindfulness is also taught, have been generally positive about the program, but some needed more convincing.
You know, it appears to be that you're sitting and doing nothing. And is this taking away from class time? Is it taking away from the core curriculum or academic, kind of time within a classroom, which is why students are there?
We've only ever had in the whole 6 years one parent who was reluctant to have their child participate because they believed it had some non-secular intention, which of course it doesn't.
Since 2003, Bentley Secondary College has adopted a mindfulness meditation program for its students. Since then, they have built a designated mindfulness centre where students can come and calm their minds.
Students might have been a little sceptical to start with, but once they experienced even the first session, there were significant shifts in that sort of attitude.
It's increased my SAC scores and stuff a lot.
I'm a bit of a stress head, so I find it's a really good sort of escape.
Their actual results have increased and the sense of anxiety is quite diminished.
Teachers can choose to start class with a few minutes of mindfulness meditation or take their students to the centre for a whole session.
Some of the techniques we used was the glitter jar. It's a metaphor for your mind. So your mind has millions and millions of thoughts. And so when you set your mind at rest with meditation, then you'll notice the jar settling. And you may have a few thoughts floating around, but it's not as overpowering and overwhelming as a very noisy mind.
As mindfulness becomes better understood, we might see more students in centres like this one. Gillian Area, The Citizen.